today's video, we are up here in my small guest bedroom. This room is about, I would say, 9.5 by 12, maybe 11.5 feet. It's not super big. I've always had issues with this room and how to lay it out. But more than that, one of my favorite things to do is to just style this bedroom to just give it the best look I can for the size. So today we're gonna head over to Walmart because I need to do a little updating. I realized the other day, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with this, I've had the same bedding on this bed for 5 years. Completely fine. You can keep your bedding for years and years and years, because if it's great quality, that's great. For me personally, and you guys will have to let me know down in the comments, I am the type of girl who loves to decorate. So what do I do when I decorate? I change things up. And so it was just like, wow, Leslie, you haven't done anything with this bedroom in 5 years. Let's just give it a little spruce up. So today we're gonna walk through Walmart, find a few items to just give this a nice little makeover, but not break the bank. And I'm gonna give you some great ideas if you have a small bedroom yourself, or these can totally apply to a large bedroom. These are going to be some great bedroom styling ideas. All right, so let's head over to Walmart, see what we can find, and then come back and get to styling our bedroom. One of the hard things about having a small bedroom is knowing how to place your furniture. For me personally, I used to have a dresser that was over here along this wall. It took up way too much room and it caused me to have my bed shoved against the wall. One of the things that I don't enjoy is making a bed when a bed is shoved against the wall, and especially if there's going to be guests in this room. So keep in mind this is going to be a little bit different because this is for my guests and not my personal use. So keep that in mind for your own space and flip this to work for how it's going to work, best for your home. So for me, I wanted to leave both sides of the bed open so that my guests can get into their bed without climbing over each other. One of the things you can do is place your dresser inside your closet if you have the space to do so. I personally don't need a dresser in this room, so that saves me a ton of space. That gives me more closet space and gives me room for my guests to walk around out here. The thing that I always say is don't have unnecessary furniture. That's just gonna clutter up your space. So next, let's talk a little bit about my nightstands. So these nightstands I found on Marketplace and they were pretty beat up and I ended up making them over. One of the things I liked about them was that they were large. And so I always say, I know we're talking about small spaces, but pick a larger size nightstand if you have the space to do so. I don't know if you can tell, but I have this measured out perfectly in order to fit 2 nightstands and a full-size headboard, and it takes up every bit of this wall space. But I wanted to maximize my space, and I also wanted the room to not feel small. So sometimes if you place little tiny things in the room, it just brings the scale of the room down. So in order to make the room feel a little bit more grand, I wanted to put in a larger nightstand. And on top of that, I have 3 different drawers here, so they can be used for guests for their items, such as, if they want to unpack their suitcase and put items into those drawers. I have 6 drawers and they're very nice. So for the last 5 years, I've had the Hearth and Hand Magnolia quilt and shams on here, and they have held up great. Many washes. So I hope I really like the pick that we picked from Walmart, the Better Homes and Gardens. I feel like they have a really great line, and I hope that it holds up just as long. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to change out my bedding just to start to get a little bit of a different feel in here, and then we'll keep going. Okay, all this decorating is making me so hungry. I'm gonna have to stop and go and run and get some food or something, because you know how when you get so hungry you can't even focus? So one of the things that I always do before I'm gonna go run and grab something is I grab my phone and I head to the Upside app. So the Upside app is a free app that shows you things in your area for like gas, groceries, and restaurants. And you earn cash back on the things that you're already doing. And yes, it's a real cash back. None of those confusing rewards or points. It's money that I actually transfer right into my bank account. So today I am feeling some pizza. So you can just search in your local area and see what kind of offers they have. Ooh, so Papa John's is one of my favorites, and so is Jason. Love me some garlic dipping sauce. So that's available in my area. And it's just so easy. You just claim your offer. So top Upside earners are making as much as $300 a month. To find out how much you can earn, click the link down in the description box to download the Upside app and use my code ACharmingAbode. You'll get an extra 25 cents back on each gallon of your first tank of gas, or scan the QR code. All right, well, I'm gonna go run and grab our lunch, and then we'll come back and finish styling our bedroom. A big thank you to Upside for sponsoring today's video. All right, so I went with this really pretty sage green from Better Homes and Garden quilt. I felt like it had a nice weight for coming into spring, into summer, not overly heavy, and just something that I hope is super comfortable. So I have the comforter, and then I bought the shams and a few decorative things. So let's get those on the bed. So one of my styling tips I always recommend is if you put fresh bedding on and it's got wrinkles, then who feels like ironing their sheets? Nobody. I'm dripping water. Anyway, get a little water bottle and just do a little spritz and rub your hand across, and it'll work those wrinkles right out, and it'll dry and it'll be much better. Okay, it's still drying, but see how this side is getting smooth and this side still has all the wrinkles, because I haven't done that side yet. So this is just a fun little trick. One of the things you may have noticed here in my bedroom that I use for styling are these mirrors on each side of the bed. Not only do mirrors help reflect light, which light obviously makes your room look bright and, cheery, and just gives it the illusion that it's larger than a dark space, but it's also reflecting the images back, which helps just give the appearance of a larger room. So hanging mirrors, I did this down in my own bedroom, because my bedroom downstairs, even though it is larger than this room, is not what like American standards would be for a really large master bedroom. And so I put mirrors above mine also to just give that reflection and help make the room seem larger. So that's something that's just a fun little styling trick. They sell these mirrors at Walmart and they're super inexpensive. And it's just a great little way to just give your room a little bit of pizzazz, just a little different style, and definitely make your room appear larger. All right, so next, I bought this. I don't know if I'm gonna like this. We're gonna give this a try. For styling my bed, I found this gauze throw. So a lot of times I would have, like if it was in the winter, I would have like a more fluffy, maybe velvet, just really super cozy throw going across the end of the bed. Well, we're going into spring, which then, you know, we're going to go into summer. I don't really want to have something super heavy. So I found this and I thought this might be kind of fun. Just give the bedding just a little bit, like break up all the green, and let's put this across the bottom of the bed. So I just think this is a really fun bedroom styling idea that you can use, but do keep in mind of textures and those type of things so that you're not making your guest or yourself overly hot. Guess who hated that throw? Me! Oh my goodness, I did not like that. And this one's a little too thick and heavy, but we're gonna put it for styling for the video. We're totally transparent here on A Charming Abode. If I don't like something, I just call it out. There's something about that one I just didn't like. It kind of reminded me of a table throw. Like, I might use it on my table as like a table throw, like a table, not a tablecloth, but you know what I mean by a table throw. Yeah, I'm going to have to reconsider what I'm going to put on the end of the bed. But in the meantime, for this video, just because of time, I'm going to use this one that I already have, but it's not exactly what I'm looking for either. So that's kind of a bummer. So one of the things that I talked about in a past video is how I place the lamps on the outside of the mirror. So if people who were using this guest bedroom wanted to use the mirrors, I now feel like maybe that's a little bit of a mistake. For the most part, they're not using these mirrors for that. They utilize the bathroom right across the hall to get ready. And I feel like when you go to bed at night, how hard is that to reach that? So I feel like we should move this over, and so that way when you're laying in the bed and you're ready to go to sleep, look how far away that is. I mean, that is ridiculous. You would want your nightstand with your light to be right here. So let's move those in and make that just a little bit easier for myself or others to turn the lights on and off. So keep that in mind in your own space. Oh yeah, now I'm like, hello, I can reach it. Make sure when you're styling your space, you use items that are actually useful. This little guy I picked up at Walmart has this nice little trinket tray. So if you're the type of person who takes off your rings or different things, you can set them down there and use that. But I also picked this on purpose because this thing does not light up at night. I do not like for my lights to shine in my room at night. I want it to be dark. And so keep that in mind when you're picking your accessories. All right, this bedroom is so tiny, but I want to have like a small place for you to sit down, put your shoes on, and that type of thing. So a lot of times a small bench works perfect. And nowadays, you know, you see them everywhere. They're very much in style. They're thin, so they're not taking up any of your space, but yet they give you that extra room. And I can sit here, put my shoes on, and that type of thing. Okay, next let's talk a little bit about rugs. So personally, this rug is just a little too small for this room, but at this time I'm not going to change it out. At least I still have something here that can be soft on their feet. This rug technically should go up to the nightstands up there, so I have quite a bit of space that it would look better if it was up to it. So this is like a 5x7 rug, and I really need something probably more like, I don't know, I would have to measure it out, but I'm thinking like a 7x10. One of these days when I want to put a little bit more money into this room, I will definitely do that. But keep that in mind when you're styling your small space, that you get the appropriate size rug. And if you're like me and you can't have one that fits the entire space, I at least like having it here for the end of the bed and for where the bench is, so that way they just have something soft on their feet when they're sitting down. But the ultimate goal when you put a rug in is when you get up, that you step down onto a rug and not the cold floor. And I don't have that here. So I am styled incorrectly in this room when it comes to a rug, but budget or, you know. The added accessory of a puppy that's adorable makes any bedroom look so stylish. Look at her, she just wants to hang out in my room. Are you so snuggly? Be sure to follow me over on Instagram for lots of behind the scenes. We were talking about you, weren't we, today? Yes. Let's talk about curtains. If you guys watch a lot of home decorating videos and watch mine here, you know we always talk about how to hang your curtains all the way to the ceiling, to the floor, to make it look bigger and all that. And I've showed my little trick about how I use toilet paper rolls to get my curtains to hang perfectly. I'm going to insert here one of the videos, like a little snippet of how I did it in the past so I don't have to refilm it. I'm saving myself some time. I'm like, Leslie, you've already filmed this, but I want to show it in case you're new here or you need a little refresher, because this is the best way to get your curtains to hang perfectly, and it's amazing style for your bedroom or anywhere in your house. You take a toilet paper roll and you just cut it in half, like lengthwise, and then you put it behind each section of the curtains, and then that way they'll hang a lot nicer. Look how much nicer those hang compared to the ones over here that don't have it. This is why I'm such a huge fan of this. And if this right here isn't hanging correctly, sometimes you can take like a clothespin and clip these together for just a little bit, and then when you take them off, the pleats will be even nicer. But look how much nicer that is. Let me do this side really quick. Okay, ta-da! That is how you make your curtains look perfect. Thanks for styling my bedroom with me today. Make sure you're following on Instagram so you can kind of see the updates that I end up doing, because I know this is not staying here. So I'm gonna have to do another little shopping trip and see what I can find. So I'll end up posting over there how I change it, and maybe over on Facebook if you're not on Instagram. All right, well, we will see you guys next time. And thank you again to Upside for sponsoring today's video. Check the link down in the description. Bye-bye.